My mic was muted. Good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning to Bridge Capital. We're going to do some live trading today. We are trying to make this like a weekly thing, and then try to build it up to to do this 2, 3 times a week. Um, we'll be doing leverage trading, so that means um, I'm going not just to do the trading self, but try to explain you what we are, what it is, how it works, why I make the calls, so that you can actually so that you can actually uh, can you guys hear me? I just read some comment on turn your mic on. Hello? Please tell me if you can hear me. Somebody? Yeah, is is my mic on? Guys, someone? We hear you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Now, so that's actually it. So we're going to do um live trading. So I'm going to try to tell you how do I find in which trades to jump in. The small tricks like banter bubbles, obviously. We do have one trades that we called this week. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see who's in here. Yeah, Mama Crypto, Mama Crypto. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. So we're going to tell you, I'm going to try to tell you how do I find in which trades to jump in. So you all know about banter bubbles. So let's go there and see what the market is doing. because yeah, take a look at that. Well, it has been um, a week that actually was going pretty bad, was getting uh, um, uh, quite bearish, but actually, Bitcoin, well, you did see it did hold on uh, very good. So um, I do not think that we are going to get that it's going even lower than what it is right now. So it's a perfect time to start uh, trading again. Bear in mind, for some of you it's Saturday night. Well, for me it's Sunday morning. One of the things that we've been seeing at this moment, every Tuesday for the past months, it has always been a very bloody Tuesday actually. So the trades that we are going to try to set up today, we will be probably closing them on Monday afternoon or Monday night because Tuesday you're it's been bloody. It's been bloody. It's been bloody. So let's see what's going on. Banter bubbles, you do know. You can see a lot of the coins have been making huge steps. Um, um, like 15%, 20% in 24 hours. That's really huge. But even Bitcoin is now at a very nice 100%, 1%, going back to the 65 level. So quite nice. Doge, Shiba, well, we know that when Bitcoin goes up, these two always go along with it. But the market, it has been quite focused on Sol and all the Sol memes. Um, so we're going to try to check what they are doing at this moment. And you do have those two that actually always start to pump after Sol does. That's Tia and Injective. So we're going to try to look at those two to see if we can find some good trades for it today. We have one open, one of the most famous memes of this bull cycle. With we did call it actually, and um, I think 2 days ago. Let me let's check the charts. As you can see, well, you can we did draw these lines. These were the actually the two levels that we had, and we did set up these two trend lines in the 4 hour chart, and you can actually see that it's actually coming to an end. So we are coming from a lower level. So I really think that it's just about to pop. I do have a trade open. It's like at 10% in the profits. But let's try to see what's going on market and try to find some good trade to do. So I use KuCoin. I used to use Bybit, but it's not allowed where I live anymore. So let's see on KuCoin what for. Look at this Badger, 50%. Well, these kind of things you just cannot predict. There is absolutely no reason why this would go up so much. So this is something that actually these kind of pumps have nothing to do with charts. You cannot chart this and think, oh, this is about the point to jump in and it's going 50%. No, you can't. This is usually something to do with with fundamentals, with news that they are doing some changes on their protocol or things like that. So it's impossible to think that this is something that we can predict. What I can tell you is these kind of coins that actually we can see all of them around the 3, 4, 5% uh, uh, um, in the profit. They all went down um, 10, 15% in the past week. Like, let me just choose one of them. This is I'm gonna make give you some more data. As you can see, like XLM, it's saying 4% up. Well, 4% up, but actually it went down a lot. It went down a lot because we were at the 16 cent um, a price and went all the way down to 12 and a half, and now it's 13 and a half. So um, we are going in an uptrend market. I really don't think that the halving in 4 weeks that it's already having some effect on the trading charts. This is something, well, as you can see, well, I just picked up Excel. If you actually see look at the chart, you can see um, that it really went up a little bit, but it has. I'm going to put some horizontal line in here where it is right now so that we can do some zooming in. A lot of resistance at this level. It did break up, and you can see every time that it comes down from a downside going up to that level, it usually goes a little bit up, and you have some retesting of the support level. The support level is actually a little bit lower at 13 cents, 13.1, and then it goes up. So this actually wouldn't be a very wrong or risky level to jump in. But what we you want to do is to get some spots where you can have more where your reward and risk ratio is slightly higher, because you don't want to put an entry on 13 cents where your stop loss would be 12 and your take profit would be 14. So because there is almost no difference between, you're taking the same risk to take the same profit, so that wouldn't be a good ratio. You always want to have a kind of uh, a higher a higher reward for the risk that you're taking. If you do have a coin that you want me to look into it, just please say so. Let me know if there's some coin that you would like to jump in, and otherwise we'll just keep on looking for a good one. I'm going to look at TIA, at what it's doing at this moment. Let's see. Yeah. One of the things that I always uh, use is my SRSE. On this one, you can see that that's actually going going up, meaning that there is some uptrend, but there's actually still a lot of room to improve. It's between the 30 and the 55 top. Everything below the 80, I do I do consider it as a nice buying moment. I'm going to restart the search chart just to see a little bit more information. Okay. Well, yeah, as you can see, we've already been trading on TIA since February, and this is actually a very nice level to jump in. So if Bitcoin doesn't do any kind of weird things, this could go up back to the $18 level. But what I'm afraid of is actually, like I told you at the beginning, it's it's weekend, so the Tuesday is coming, and usually on the Tuesdays, the mark goes down the last time, the last past time. So we gotta take a little bit, we gotta be careful about it. Um, you do have some, I'm gonna give some more data. Yeah, it's retesting. As you can see, you do have some support in here. It went up and start to retest. Actually, every time that the coin goes and it's at a certain level and hits its support line, it means it will and bounces a little bit. Maybe usually it goes higher. Uh, Not every time. You do need to wait for it to bounce. Like you can see it in here. It came down to to its support level in here, and it didn't bounce. It didn't go up. So if it keeps going down, you need to just don't jump into a trade. Let it go up. Um, in here is you can see it went up, came and retested the bounce, tried to go up again, didn't have enough buy power, and then it bounced again. And you don't want to jump in when it's red because you don't know you can actually what actually can happen is what happened in here. So you want it to bounce, and if I actually jump into a trade, this let me show you here. Uh, like this would be the point to jump in after it bounces and it goes up. You don't want to you don't want to jump in too soon because you will probably get you don't know in which way it is going. Like you can see in here, this is a 1 hour chart. When I'm trading, I'm always going to a 1 hour chart, and this very same moment where we are in, Tia has been going down again. So we are not going to jump in on Tia because it's still too unstable. So we're going to look for something else. Injective. What's Injective going doing at this moment? Let's look at the data. We don't jump in into a coin that's actually only been doing trading for 5 minutes. Now, Injective is actually looking much better. So what I do try to pick up at least 2 weeks on data on an hourly chart, and I'm going to pick up the average peaks on it. These kind of wicks, I always exclude them. I never put them, I never take them in the chart because this has to do with uh, um, changing of direction on Bitcoin. So if you want to put some lines on it, never do this. Oh, there's one in here and on the other in there, because you can see you will get a completely different trend line on it. Try to take the big wicks, try to take them off. Hey, Mama Crypto here. Let's see. Uh, Tau, Boom, and Whiff. Which one should I enter right now, if any of them? Let's see. Let's see, Mama. Well, Whiff, we are still have open, but I will give you. We're going to look at Tau in a moment. Boom. We're not going to chart Bohm. Why? Bohm is just came out. It's not even 1 week old. It's a trendy coin, so it will probably go up but wills may actually sell and go down. It has nothing to do with the market. So uh, I wouldn't. It's like when WIF started, came out on KuCoin, and I just opened a trade for the fun, and it went down 30% in 10 minutes, so automatically liquidated. That's exactly the same with Bohm. You should, I would never advise you to open a trade on something like a Bohm or that just started. It's too risky. You can do 600% in 10 minutes or get liquidated in 10 minutes. But we will be looking at Tau. So as I was saying, I never took a look at in this kind of trades. Now I always take the wicks off, uh, or I ignore them. And this is actually the trend line for injective, and you do see it is trying. So is moving sideways. So the original support line is in here. So we are just above the support line, and this actually this area in here really looks like a very good entry. We would like to have to see it actually zooming in to go. Let me try to. Uh, we would like to actually to see it do this to come up and then back and bounce up. Um, but I really think that this would be the lowest level for it to jump in. So, meaning we might actually see a very good look. There is some support here again at 31.2, but in here at 34.4, it actually keeps bouncing in there. So I think this is one that we could actually make a small move. So let's see how far. How do you can see where to put um, your um, your stop loss and when to take profit. So if we are talking about long term, so you can actually see if we do start, it took about 2 weeks because that's actually the time that Bitcoin has been coming down for the past 2 weeks. I still think that for the next 2 weeks it will still go up before the halving. So this could be actually a very nice trade to do. And I'm going to show you how I see that. So leverage trading, um, what that means is if you are going to do leverage trading, you can put a certain amount of leverage on it. So if a token the price of a token um, goes uh, down like 10%, and you are doing on leverage trading 5x, if the token value goes down 10%, for you it will go down 50% because you are leveraging that with 5. The big advantage is if that same token in the value does 30%, you will be leveraging with 5. So meaning you will do 150% profit on it. So you will actually be doing 1.55 on your position. Um, I do advise you when you are scalping. Scalping is like short-term trading. You will be starting a trade, and probably 3, 4, 5 hours later, you will already be closing. You can actually do a little bit more of leverage. I've seen people doing leverage at 10, 20, even 50. Uh, make sure that you are online. Uh, you can't start a trade like that thinking, well, this is going to do good for the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to do leverage 20, because it can just retouch its support, and with bigger leverages, it will liquidate you. So I do try to keep my leverages for these kind of tokens and for bigger positions, meaning I'm not going to open a trade with $10 or $20. It's going to be a little bit more. What I do is I do have a lower leverage, because if it comes down even 10% or 15%, if I'm doing like a leverage three, I won't get liquidated, so I won't lose my money. Now let's see how much, what if you actually are thinking on, well, we know that this is our support level. We are entering now at 35.5, and our oscillation on the coin. Let me show you the screen again because you weren't seeing the screen. Is this one? Yeah, I'm going to make it slightly bigger. You can actually see in here, uh, if this is actually my daily change on on the token. So what you want to do is to put your stop loss. Well, because if it breaks lower than this, it means you don't know where it's actually going to stop. So what we want to do is we want to see, you want to put your stop loss just slightly lower than the oscillation. So we are talking about, if we do enter, you got all kind of information here on the left side. Uh, if this is my entry point, where it is right now, the 35,469, and this is my oscillation, you want to put your stop loss lower than that, because even if it gets a small wick, like because Bitcoin is doing strange, you won't be losing your trade. So there's one of the charts that you have on the left. Uh, let's see what it is. Here's, you get this long position graphic, and you can actually see, if you get on this long position, you can actually see I'm going to put my point where it is right now, and I'm going to move the lower side to where I think my stop loss should be, and where I think my upper level to all the way where it can go. So what this actually does, it shows me, let me move it in here for you guys to see. You can actually see I have a risk reward ratio of 8. Means if I'm putting um, $100 in it, I am risking $100, but to probably taking a profit of $800, because my reward ratio is 8 times higher than my risk. So this is actually how you set up um, your call. Now, what we actually know, we are talking about, if I actually zoom in to give you a better view, if we are jumping in right now, we are jumping in at 35.5, and we are setting our lower level on 33.3. So this means there is a difference of 5.9%. If you do a leverage 10 in here, um, it will go down 59%. So you are risking half of your position. Um, on the other side, if it goes up on 10% with a ratio of 8, it could actually go up all the way. Let's see, let's zoom out a little bit. 47. No, uh, that times 10, it would be like a 400%, 450%. Like I told you, with these slightly bigger positions, I'm never going to open this with high leverages. In this case, I'm only going down 5%. I'm willing to risk like five five leverage. So that means if it goes down 5-6%, I will lose about, it will go down 30% before it hits my stop loss. So let's do the trade. So yeah, we can. There are two types of starting your leverage trading. You can say, well, do I want it to come down a little bit more, like to 35.1 before it enters? Then I do place, like you can see on the right, a limit order. Um, or you can just jump right in and because it it actually doesn't look that bad, and it can actually start to go up from now. So we're going to do we're going to jump up on market price. Means whenever as long when we hit a buy long, it will just go and open your position. So um we're going to start to open it. You can see in here I have leveraged 3. This is actually the maximum that I usually start with. Uh, in this case, it is a little bit too safe. I really think that we can do a leverage 5 in it, because even if it drops 5% or 6%, we only go to a 30% loss. So I'm going to increase my leverage. It's 3 right now. Going to put it on 5, meaning I'm risking 30% to get uh, almost 200% profit. My loss will be at, I always put these points in here, these price tags or value tags. Why? Because when I'm going to start my trade, I want to set in my stop loss and my take profit level. So this way I won't forget in what levels I want to put them. So I'm putting my profit at 52.58. My entry at 35.4, and my stop loss at 33.5. This is not a scalping trade, so it means it could take actually some weeks before we get there. But like you saw it in here, um, this is in 2 days. It pumped all the way from 39 up to 52. Are we get? Do you want to get all the way up there? Well, because this is a longer trade, we can actually decide like halfway or at 2/3 to stop the trade and take our profits, or take half of the profits. That way, well, at least the risk that I took, you're not losing money. Um, so that's on you. I actually advise you to monitor your trading. Sometimes a trade goes down and it's almost hitting my stop loss, and I do try to look at the chart. And if I'm confident that we still go up, I'll even add some more money into it, meaning I will have a a lower percentage on my loss, or even remove my stop loss and take a bigger risk of losing more money, because I'm confident that it will bounce and go up. Now, in this case, I don't think that we will need that. So we are starting uh, this trade with leverage 5 on injective. Um, I have a wallet just for trading. It's a very small wallet compared to the rest of my portfolio, and the trades I don't have 20, 30 trades open at the same time, maybe two, maybe three. Sometimes I like to gamble and I do have 10, 13, but then very small positions. So this one is a slightly safer trade, meaning you can actually put a little bit more of money in it. So from this wallet, I'm going to open a position with uh, on KuCoin. Other you can actually say, well, I want 25% of my wallet. I would never do that. Open a trade with more than 10%, 12% would be too much. Usually I do it 2, 3% of it. So in this case, I'm going to put just 5% of the fiat that I still have available. Just 5%. Uh, remember, um, you can put more in it and you can have a big win, but you can actually have very big losses. So uh, um, just do small trades. And the big advantage of starting a position with a small position is if it goes down and you really think, well, this could actually go up, then you can still put some money in it and to give it a little bit more of margin, and that way you won't lose the trade, because I really hate to lose trades. So I rather later put some extra margin in it and wait for it to recover, because the market is still bullish. Uh, so I'd rather put some extra in it later if needed. Meaning if your position that you start with is already so big, you won't have money to 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 put a little more extra. So I'm putting 5% of my available wallet, and I'm going to set my, you can see it in here on KuCoin, the take profit level, and that would be the 52.5. Well, on the take profit, I always go lower than that uh, because I want to play safe. Sorry. And actually for my stop loss, exactly the same. So 33.5, it's set at 5%. I'm going at leverage 5, and I'm going to say buy long. That's it. No, my order is being filled. Um, so you can actually see that. Let's see if it. Oh, sometimes this actually happens. You can see it didn't. I always check my trade. It didn't record my take profit and my stop loss. This is, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to put it again. I'm going to fill it in. That's 52.8. And my stop loss was 33.5. Confirm. Now it's filled in. You can see it in here. So this one, we're going to leave it running. If you actually take a look at this at the take profit and the stop loss, I'm going to cancel my take profit, and I'm going to fill it back in again. I want you to guys to see one thing. It was 52.5. It's telling me oh, 52.5. It's actually telling me that I'm entering this position with how much was it? I think it was $230, and it will give me a profit of 540. That's 200% profit if it does that. Uh, so you can actually say, well, I don't want to wait to go up to there. I say, well, if I do get 100% profit, just close it, or even 200. Now, in this case, we really think that it can go up to the 52.5, and that's it. So this trade, we'll just leave it open. Don't. Uh, um, I do check all my trades every day. Uh, Because if it actually goes down due to a wick of Bitcoin or something like that, you want to buy a little bit more. Um, so this is how why I did this trade, which leverage, why I did it. Now, Mama Crypto asked about Tau. Let's take a look at Tau. Tau. I know Tau has been called by Fuzzbo. Let's take a look at it. Here you go, Tau. Actually, almost the same as injective, huh? This would be a very nice entry point because you can see I'm going to look at a little bit more data. And look, this is a great uh, support level in here. So, and if you take a good look at it, well, it may stay in here for quite a while, but then it keeps bouncing up and bouncing up. Very strong support in here, bouncing up, and well, Bitcoin is having some oscillations coming back again. But this is actually a very nice support. So like in here for Tau, I do not know what kind of what leverages, uh, what for points the first vote did. Let me check. Um, let me check his call just to make sure. Tau, where is it? With. I don't know if he called it in here. Ada. So there you go. Mm, Sui. Oh, I can't even find it. So it has been open for quite a while. But anyway, so let's not look at what actually he advised. Let's take a look at what we would do. So if this is actually the entry on Tau, you can see it's bouncing again. So if you take a look at what it's doing right now and what it did 4 weeks ago, this is actually a very good entry. And you can see in here, that's why I always try to get as much data as possible. Look at this wick in here. So this is actually something that we really need to to pay attention to. These kind of wicks, we need to put our stop loss lower than that always, because it could go really bad. You need to try to cover it up, and it's to make sure that your stop loss is lower than those weak levels. Now, if you let's reset the chart. If this is actually my my stop loss level, and we take a look at a possible profit, let's see if we can get some more data. Where is it coming from? I want more data, more data. Let's go to the daily chart. Yeah, look. So this actually, like taking an average on every point that it's going to, you can see that I'm gonna make a line in there. Uh, This would be actually something that in a couple of days, this is a daily chart, so each bar is one day. We can actually go up to there. You do see the patterns, and then goes up, and actually you're always getting slightly higher highs. So uh, we can actually go almost. We want to go almost to the highest high, but always to stay to keep it safe, just a little slightly lower than its previous high. Because take a good look at what happened on the end of February, and so it this looks almost actually the same. So we could actually see the bouncing here. It's already bouncing and go all the way up to 750. So again, what I do, I just take my time for these kind of trades. Um, so I do get my price labels so that I want to know. So this will be my stop loss. Another label. This is my actually entry price at this moment, and another label on when I'm planning to take my profit. If you do take, like I showed you at the beginning, if you do take the I'm still getting used to. I used to trade on Bybit, so I'm still getting used to KuCoin. The long position charts means I'm get jumping in here. I'm putting my stop loss in there, and I'm taking my profit in here. Now it will show me when you click on it a risk to reward ratio of 4. Everything above 3 is good. So always try to get at least 3. So it means if you're risking 100 to get 300, in this case 100 to get 400. So 3 is my minimum. I try to go at least to 5, but well, in this case, this is a slightly safer trade. But in those, you can what you can actually see in here is my stop loss is about 7%. So if we do a leverage 10, it will take 70% of your margin. So that you really not need to keep it uh, smaller. So if you do take a leverage 5, it will be 35% loss uh, uh, before it hits stop loss. So leverage 5 will be okay. Again, I'm doing also just 5% of my wallet uh, at this entry point. Um, and I'm going to start it, open it now. So it opened my trade, and I'm going to put my levels in it, meaning my take profit will be at 750 and my stop loss 534, meaning I am risking losing $80. You can see it in here, $80 to get a profit of 329. So about uh, the four um, the reward ratio of 4. That's it. So let's take a look at what our injective is doing. We have a profit of 1%, but let's zoom in to the trade. We jumped in here, and it really looks that he wants to go up. So we're going to look at it in a few days, and maybe I'll just make a short video to look at it. So this is actually how I open a trade. I try to see the levels on where it's going, where is it where it's is oscillation, and then try to find out what could be my target, because this looks like a lot of information, but always this is a 5 minute chart. Never trade on a 5 minute chart. You take it at least a 1 hour or even 4 hour, because this whole area in here of its natural oscillation, if you go to the 1 hour chart, you will see it's just this little bit. Yeah. So, so that's it. That's it. Um, um, cool. Yeah. This Tau trade is a long-term trade. It looks very good. Uh, um, it's going to be like a maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks trade. So let it open and try to keep looking at looking at it. Uh, if I do see some kind of differences, I will show it to you guys in the on our community Telegram. So if you have any kind of questions, you can send me a message. I will be online on our beautiful community. So just uh, have fun, have a nice weekend, and we're going to do this series on not explaining what trade to take in, because there are people that are just starting leverage trading, and those I'm going to try to explain what leverage trading is and why I take the trade, but how I take the trade, how where do I look before I jump in. So guys, have fun, have a nice weekend, and like, subscribe, those kind of drills. Have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.